Tip the Wookiee bartenders 20%. No droids, bounty hunters. No Raylos, no Ray Nobodies. No black pills. You guys know the rules. Tip the Wookiee bartenders when you leave 20% or more. Even 50%, they'd be happy to have that. Here's the deal. The upload I put up there, okay, listen very closely, isn't where I've broken, as Dakare said. No, it's not. Nothing breaks me. I don't break, all right? Never have, never will, okay? There's still a part of me that even believes that the NFL will finally turn away from kissing the thugs that play for their asses, But until then, we have what we have. When I express frustration like this, like I did, it is because I don't like waiting. I don't like this hanging out. And when I see David Zaslav doing what he's doing, it's like, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? He goes out of his way to protect DC, okay? In fact, I have a feeling they're going to completely dump the comics division. I mean, I was watching Ethan Van Sciver's video today and almost threw up with some of the shit that he described, that from just one of the comics that he read. Horrifying that they think they're allowed to do that. Okay. But when you've got obvious signs that something's going on at Disney, and Dakare, I hope you're watching, okay? Because what you said to me really fucking set me off. Don't ever attempt to tell me what I think or to believe that I'm anything like you. I'd have to have the IQ of a guppy, okay? I am just, I get frustrated and I have to vent. That's it. That's all. Do I believe nothing's going on? No. I think you're right, just some other guy. See, you're right. I see things going on that, somebody like you would shit on because you think you know everything. Right, here's the deal. Let's just talk about stuff in general, all right? Hulu is doing a show called Reboot that's an attack on and I think you're right there too. That's an attack on the Wokistanians in the writer's room. It's called Reboot, I think. I just read that. Disney Plus canceled Love Victor after 4 seasons. Yeah, they're not making another one. This is the same person that canceled the Beauty and the Beast prequel or sequel, LeFou's coming out as a faggot. They canceled it. You don't want it? Canceled it. Okay. All right. Kareem Daniel. Well, I don't think he's a crewman. He's the boss. Okay, I think you got that completely wrong. Kareem Daniel, who I look at as second in command, and Chapek have a plan. We're probably going to hear the official moderation policy at Disney some in November or soon after. But here's the deal. I think the thing that got me like, why aren't we seeing more stuff going on? And really, I don't care what Doomcock says. I don't believe the board of directors is scared to fire Kathleen Kennedy. If they weren't afraid to say bye-bye to Peter Rice, why would they be afraid to say bye-bye to Kathleen Kennedy? The Duchess of Cornwall is in Cornwall, England, and has been for She's been in the UK for the last 2 weeks. She's been, it's it's August 4th. She's been on vacation since June 27th. She's been gone. Meanwhile, Lucasfilm is burning. We've got a stupid ass, fat pig, rogue actress attacking Donald Trump by comparing what's going on with Andor to the Trumpian era. He's not even president, you cunt. All right, we got that. Which, hey Fiona, why don't you take the grease out of your hair, use it to set fire to Andor, because you just did. You just fucking did, you stupid cow. Okay, and Andor looks like a good show. I'm gonna watch it. All right, I'm gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna like it, and we'll see if the first 3 episodes are acceptable. Fine, okay. Stellan Skarsgård looks like he's playing a character with a double identity. You know what I'm saying? Like a dual, something's going on there. And he's one of my favorite actors. I love that guy. But yeah, okay, so we got that going on. We've got the numbers now public for Kenobi. They're bad. And you would think that Kathy be back in Burbank going, hey, okay, we need to figure this out. What's going on here? Why can't we get people to watch Star Wars? Let me explain something. Lucasfilm, in my opinion, is the crown jewel at Disney. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to listen to that. It is the crown jewel of Disney and should be treated that way. And it should be protected. Right now, it's being hung out to dry with no leader, no rudder, no direction. Go look at Kathleen Kennedy's IMDb page. There's really no Star Wars on it. Hey Jay, how you doing? There's really no Star Wars on her IMDb page. There's Indy 5, and that's it for Lucasfilm. They still have Rogue Squadron listed, but that's not being made, and we know that. They pushed it back to a place called Tomorrow, where it'll never happen. Here's a question. What the fuck is going on? Everything on her page that says development unknown is a Kennedy Marshall project, not Disney. Emma's War is not Disney. All right, now, Bloodfather, which is the Michael Franzese thing, isn't listed, and it should be because Kennedy Marshall is developing it. That should be on there. No, it was trimmed by 2 seasons because they want her gone. And that was another indication that she's going. Okay. There's nothing there. Lucasfilm has nothing. Nothing. Except for Indy 5. That's it. Okay. What I'm frustrated with is we've got no hard date to hear. Kathleen Kennedy is retiring on this date in the next few months. The fans would be able to go, the Black Pills, JJ Jamesh, remember him from yesterday? Remember him? He immediately said, if she leaves, somebody else just like her will take her place. All right. First off, stop going to Gary. Stop going to Ryan. Stop going to Geeks and Gamers. Stop listening to those people. They don't have your best interest at heart. They're not going to tell you the truth. Okay? It has now become a money game. And as long as they can keep you upset, mad, and coming back for more, they're making money. All right? And I wouldn't doubt that a few of these people actually make their living off of super chats and thank yous and that kind of thing. Okay. It doesn't make any sense that Bob Chapek could say, let's bring in Kathy Kennedy #2. Literally, unless you're retarded or a moron. I don't know if I don't know if there are any caveats. I don't know. See, when Doomcock said that the board doesn't really want to doesn't have any fight to get rid of her, bullshit. Bullshit. The board just gave Bob Chapek 3 years to fix the mess. I'm pretty sure that people have said to me the board hates her, wants her to go away. What caveats? She doesn't have anything on Bob Chapek. No. Oh God, no, just Mike. The moment it is announced, Kathy, we have a press release from Disney. We're sorry to see Kathy Kennedy go after 10 years. She's been a great asset to the Walt Disney Corporation, and her leadership at Lucasfilm has been above and beyond reproach. Which is what they'll say. That's what they'll say. Other black pills will be going, we look forward to seeing where Kathy goes with her career, and we will miss her very much, blah, blah, blah. Go with God. Her press release. After 10 years, and it has been my pleasure to lead Lucasfilm for the last 10 years, but I am looking at other prospects and creative projects that I would like to work on, and I'd like to hand the reins off now to, I'm going to say it, Jon Favreau, because I think that's who's going to get it. I think. Well, I don't think that if you unceremoniously fired her like you did Rice, I think you're right, C-Man. I don't think it would hurt anything, but they might have actually made a deal where she'll announce her leaving. I don't know when, but look, she's in Cornwall. They're in Cornwall, going around the countryside. All right, I'm like, if this was me, of course, if it was me, then none of this would be happening because I love Star Wars. I absolutely do want to be better than Marvel. And by rights, all right, it is. They had money, it was a money printing machine. If they'd have done it right, and they did not. I mute. Wait. Thanks, Blacksoft. My husband called me. I'll call him back in a little while. I can't. My husband was calling, guys. I would literally have walked in and said, this is what George wants to do. It's a rough draft. We have to work on it. Some of the things don't really jibe with what the fans might want. And so we're going to have to work on it. And here are the EU books. We've got Heir to the Empire. Why don't we take these books in the timeline and move it up to match the ages of Luke, Han, and Leia? And give the kids an adulthood, okay? That's what I would do. That's what I would do, all right? And if Bob Iger said, too much in the lore, I'd say, look, the fans who know it will be able to explain to the fans who don't what's going on. That's how Star Wars grows, okay? And you're not gonna have people walking away going, what the fuck did they do to Han Solo? What the fuck did they do to Luke? Reminding Bob Iger, the fans aren't coming to see these new characters. They're coming to see the three heroes from the original trilogy. Okay? They are. All right? And I think that would have been very acceptable. Okay? She didn't do that though. She didn't do that though. She wanted well, I'll get to that, Pete. She wanted to put her own brand of garbage on this franchise and left billions and billions and billions of dollars on the table. I can't imagine somebody so narcissistic as to walk into Bob Iger's office and say, we should do the sequel trilogy for the parks because we have more movies ahead of us than behind us. Where are they, Kathy? Where are they? Where are they? Because I don't see them. Taika Waititi doesn't even have a script. He hasn't seen one. Okay? Rogue Squadron will never be made. Okay? Never. All right? And the fact of the matter is, it's time for Disney to now say enough is enough. Okay, look, if I know they do, they don't. No one. I mean, look, no one wants to see Adam Driver. No one. Okay, he's literally the ugliest man I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay, his face looks like leftovers. It really does. All right. I don't understand how the fuck he could have got that role. And if J.J. Abrams, out of the stupidity of his brain, thinks he looks like Harrison Ford. What? No. He looks like Adam Driver looks like a badly drawn Keanu Reeves. A very, very badly drawn Keanu Reeves. Okay? What Disney's gonna have to do, if they want the fans back, is to get rid of the fucking sequel trilogy. No one's gonna miss it except for the 5 people on Twitter and their 500,000 bots. Okay? That's it. You know? I mean, that's the truth. All right? I am so fucking sick and tired of this tiptoeing around the Duchess of Cornwall. And what is she doing? Trying to make a decision? I'm in or I'm out. That's it. That's all I have to do. All right. And let me tell you something else. I can't stand him. I think he's overrated. I think he's the ugliest human being on the planet. I don't understand why he gets his ass kissed constantly. Tim Daly from Wings is a better actor. And he's a cupcake. But at least he's nice to look at. Steven Weber from Wings isn't exactly classically handsome, but he's way better looking than Adam. I mean, Adam, he looks like the leavings of a bat, the leftovers of a bat, a cockroach, a black beetle, a mule, a largemouth bass, and a crow. All right? And, I mean, he really does. I mean, he's ugly, motherfucker. Oh my God. But okay, let's go back. Let's go back to this. I mean, what is going on here? Why do we have to sit around and wait? Because look, I think everything they want to do is on hold while that bitch hangs out. All right? I am so fucking sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of seeing her name there, her face. I mean, it's like, look, can't you just give us a hard date? That's all we want. She's leaving on July 31st, 2022. All right? And I'll tell you, then people can start getting fired. Well, if she goes, they go. All right? And I am going to tell you this. I do think that, is it Michael Siglin did take over Pablo's part in the High Republic. All right? I think Pablo got demoted. I think his last, the last fight he started with give her the golden parachute. Look, if Zaslav can throw away $70 million with Batgirl, Disney can do the same thing with Kennedy. Get her fucking out of here. All right. Look, she hurt Kenobi by being there. Okay? She hurt Boba Fett just by being there, even if she wasn't involved, but her minions were involved. Okay? And I'm sure Robert Rodriguez was 99% completely flummoxed on what to do when Favreau wasn't around. Okay? She's hurting Andor. Then you've got fat, gross, ugly, crusty, lesbian Fiona Shaw attacking Donald Trump. Tell you something about Fiona Shaw. First off, she's an actress. So she's not speaking for Lucasfilm, she's speaking for herself. And she went off, but she's done this before. I don't think so, just some other guy. Stop trying to rationalize why she's there. Okay? Stop it. Okay? I hate that. There's no reason to think that. All right? I don't think so. Okay? I don't care how much it costs, Peter. I don't care. It's time for the cunt to leave. All right? Look, you know, how much did it cost to get rid of Peter Rice? Probably not much more than Kennedy. I think you guys buy into the hype from the black pills and from other people that think she's the most powerful woman in Hollywood. But she's, instead of being in Hollywood, working on trying to fix her company, she's hiding in Cornwall, pretending that she's the Duchess of Cornwall. Okay, that's what she's doing. They're now in England. You know, they went, you know, all the way to Mallorca, sipping port in Portugal, hanging out in Spain. They went to Provence and were sipping rosé wine. And now they're in England. She should be working on fixing her company. Okay? I'm literally stunned by the fact that we have to sit here and wait for this shit. Well, you know, now wait a minute. JPEG did shut down. Remember Beauty and the Beast thing? That the day principal photography was going to start, they canceled it. Okay? They canceled it. All right? So the idea that he doesn't do shit like that, yes, he does. All right? Yes, he does. All right? So with Love Victor going away, Hulu decided to have a show attacking wokeism and political correctness. I'll probably watch that. I'll probably watch the hell out of that. But still, I don't know. I mean, we haven't heard anything about that. I got, all right, just a second. Just a second. Out of the way. Kojak. Kojak. Please. What's wrong? The hell is that about? You're slipping on the floor. Out of the way. Okay. I should have had this with me. Anyway, let's find this. So, somebody and that says they were Emmy nominated and stuff posted something about The Acolyte, and it was two different websites, and I don't think this guy Jedi News. So let's look at this. All right. And, all right, it's in Jedi News. I've never heard of this website before. And he got really pissed at me for saying it was obscure, but let's talk about this. Acolyte to shoot at New Shinfield Studios in the UK. It's been reported that the upcoming Disney Plus Star Wars series, The Acolyte, from showrunner, I'm going to say it, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, will film in the UK in the new Shinfield Studios near Reading starting in November. Now, the source is The Knowledge Online. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with Jedi News or The Knowledge Online. This is what this looks like. Very tiny. All right, so Lucasfilm Star Wars series, The Acolyte, to shoot at New Shinfield Studios for Disney Plus. Blah, 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 blah. I've never heard. All right, that's a UK thing. Now, let me put it bluntly. You've heard of Jedi News, okay? The guy and I had a huge argument, and I told him basically, in not so many words, to go fuck himself, okay? They can't look. These people don't want to hear that there's no clamor for this. No one wants this. Nobody wants this, okay? I've never heard of that. This, what is this called again? The Knowledge UK. I've never heard of them. And I'm pretty up to date on everybody doing whatever they're doing. Okay, so I'm sitting here looking at that, going, do we believe them? Yeah, no, actually, Puck isn't a third-rate publication. It cost me a pretty penny to actually be subscribed to them. And the way he talked about it, was after the fact, snotty-nosed, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, and did you hear Kathleen Kennedy got a contract extension? Like, why the fuck? Okay. And, and nothing. Disney has not confirmed that. There have been no official sources besides Matt Bellamy's story on her, and he has not said a word since about her. Okay? Which is very funny to me. And I think it's probably Disney's telling him to back off. Well, I'm looking at that and wondering also That could actually be a good idea. Okay. Um, the end of the quarter, October 31st, is her 10th anniversary. All right. And it just seems to me like that would be the day where it's announced she's retiring after Indy 5 comes out. All right, that's her last red carpet at Lucasfilm will be that. Okay, that would be fine. All right, I could, you know, even though the stink of Kathy Kennedy is on that movie, and we all know the bullshit that went on with her wanting Phoebe Waller-Bridge, you know, the avatar for Kathy Kennedy, to take the fedora. No, they don't. And again, what I'm saying is, I would love to wake up in the morning and look at an email from Variety and saying, in a bold move, Chapek fires Kennedy. Yeah, it was a backhanded compliment. It's like, what the fuck are they doing? Because, look, everybody in Hollywood knows she did a shitty job. The Rise of Skywalker, I think, was over budget. The Last Jedi was the only one that came under budget, or in budget, and that's because she loved the bullshit so much. Rogue One, oh my God, think about what happened there. Solo, then The Rise of Skywalker. Okay? She has proved herself to not know what the fuck she's doing. Okay? And, you know, she probably told Frank, I don't want your help. I can do that on my own. And, you know, I'm looking at this going, why would you continue her contract? Now, there was a rumor that if any of her movies made $1 billion, that her contract would automatically be extended. Which, why would you ever, in the history of the human race, sign anybody to a contract like that? Especially since we've learned that very bad movies like Captain Marvel, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker somehow magically can create $1 billion in box office. Oh, I just, look, here's the problem. Jon Favreau deserves to be free to do whatever he wants. Okay? He did. Or he should. He shouldn't have to worry about Hidalgo and the rest of the woke piggies running around, you know, hurting any productions that he's got underway. All right. Furthermore, another question. Why is the High Republic not canceled yet? Why does it still go on? And why? Okay, and then the book Padawan that came out, all right, with the ambiguous, you know, the faggots running around saying, oh, Obi-Wan is gay. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not bisexual. He's not bi-curious. He's not nothing like that. Okay. But that stupid bitch writer, Kirsten White, wrote a little thing in there. When I read it, I'm like, this says absolutely nothing. Because if you know how to read, it says nothing. But it was just ambiguous enough for people who don't know how to read for content and for context to think it meant something I don't think it did. Okay? And she went, all right. Yeah, that was the Duchess of Teen. And what I am pissed off about is that that shit should be cleaned up. How come Kennedy doesn't realize that that shit's hurting her? Why wouldn't you realize that shit was hurting you? Does that look like beer? Yeah, well, I mean, Obi-Wan's a normal dude, okay? Anyway, I'm, I'm literally like, what the fuck? And the simple reason is, I don't understand what is going on here. I'm frustrated because I see David Zaslav doing things that Chapek should be doing. You know, it's just, you know, I'm literally like, you know, why aren't you protecting Lucasfilm? Why aren't you protecting the brand? Why aren't you assuring the fans and Jon Favreau that you've got their back? Okay, I feel like right now, because I'm frustrated, that no one's listening to any of us. Okay, that Disney doesn't care about the brands that they have. And, you know, anytime someone says, well, he's putting Marvel first. Again, if Star Wars had been done correctly, Marvel would be the one no one would give a fuck about. You know? Well, Mike, we'll see how long that lasts. I don't, I would bet $1,000 that Kareem Daniel went, oh, fuck. You know, I would bet $1,000 when it came out that Fiona Shaw decided to set fire to Andor. Oh, fuck. You know, no, Peter, I think they do understand the fans. I don't think protecting the brand doesn't mean continuing the High Republic. It doesn't mean allowing Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, to have a show. That's bad optics. Okay? That's bad optics. That's what I'm looking forward to. Okay? That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't look at what I'm trying to say is you don't let people say, you don't let shows like Andor flounder because of this. Why wasn't she told, you're not talking about politics? Don't sit there and tell me that you're right. This is on my dime. You're talking about my show. Well, there is. I don't see it. I don't see it, C-Man. Anyway, I'm literally just like going, there's, Bob Chapek has to do something about this. They have to. Planet Musk Vlog he's one of my subscribers. Okay, so he's not a Bitcoin bot. Stop it, okay? I'm literally like going, something has to happen. Something has to be done. Okay? Because I don't know how, unless you actually do, tell her, I need a hard date for your leaving. So I can tell the fans, I'm not going to block you. I'm not. Don't worry. So I can tell the fans that you're leaving. Okay? Because, sorry to tell you, Duchess of Cornwall, but your name repels people. The optics alone are bad. You know, by the way, your buddy Fiona, she just torpedoed Andor. Literally took the grease out of her ugly hair, threw it on Andor and set it on fire and walked away. The fuck? Oh God. If I had been working PR for them, I'd have been doing this. Why? Let's divide the fans even more. Let's make people not want to watch this show. You know, and the canard that Star Wars has always been political. Yeah, but not relevant. And what I mean by not relevant is it's never, ever completely mirrored what's really going on in the world. And I'm going to add this. The politics of Star Wars were politics of the human race 10,000 years ago. Okay, that's timeless. Okay, so when some retarded, public school educated, millennial dirtbag comes up and starts screaming about, oh, it's always been political, you just don't want to, no, no, no. George never took swipes at present issues. Now, some people could say they saw Vietnam and Return of the Jedi, and I'm going, not really. No, not really. Okay. But it doesn't, you're right there. It reflects everything. Well, the OT is more like a kind of like an insurrection, a rebellion. Kind of, when I looked at it, I thought of the American Civil War. Yeah, it's you know, you're right, cross element. Yeah, good writing stays relevant across generations. Present relevant writing, which isn't good, doesn't stay relevant. It doesn't. And the reason why, and it's just, yeah, and that's the point. But this, did you guys ever see her picture? Fiona Shaw. She's, if you put her in a witch's costume, you'd be like, there it is. There it is. Hey, 14B. She's just, oh my God. You know? She's one of those women who worked very hard at being hideously unattractive so men wouldn't want her. You're right, just some other guy. And that's one thing that these writers don't understand. That's the one thing that this Kirsten White doesn't understand. She's not speaking to other generations. She's speaking to a bunch of people who, when the shit hits the fan, if China or North Koreans decided to fire an EMP over Kansas, the first people that are gonna not survive are these people on Twitter screaming about the acolyte and Obi-Wan being gay because they wouldn't be able to handle it. Okay, I mean, if you're such a pussy that you can't handle being called out for being a moron on Twitter, and you can't handle other people disagreeing with you, it's like you're not going to survive the real thing, okay? And that's the truth. And you know, with the way China's behaving, and the fact that the North Koreans are testing nuclear weapons again, I want you guys to know that that shouldn't really shock you if that ever happens. Okay, so be ready, be prepared. All right, get your basement full of meals ready to eat and all the rest of that stuff. No, they won't. They won't, and everybody knows that. It'll be a do-over. Okay. My thing is there has to be a point economically, and they have to do it in a way. We're getting a thunderstorm right now, and my lovely garden is going to sprout up a million different ways, and I just watered it. But let me explain something about the difference between watering and rain. Plants take the water, they're happy, and they grow a little bit. Plants take rain, and they go, and it's awesome. That's rain is God. Rain is from God. And entertainment is the first things that get cut. People don't understand that. The only people going to Disney World are foreigners who miss their vacations with their kids, from 2020 and 2021. Okay, that's why. And it's really amazing when I think about it all, and Disney still allowing the acolyte to go on without saying, cut it, get rid of it, we're not doing this. And they could do it anytime they wanted. Not asking Kennedy for a hard date for her resignation or her retirement. Not going into Lucasfilm and saying, we need to clean this joint up. All right. And look at all the shit that Kevin Feige announced at SDCC. Look at all that shit. I'm about as excited for any of that as I am for tooth cleaning, okay? Well, we've got a ton going here now, and I'm kind of glad. I was kind of worried about the crops around here, the corn and the soybeans, and I really wish that our farmers would quit growing soybeans, because I think a lot of food that we eat has that in it, and it's not good for you. It really isn't. Soybeans have a lot of natural estrogen, which is why they feed them to cattle. And that would be, the soy boys, and that's about right. I mean, when Alden Ehrenreich talked about, being really healthy, and he ordered this like green shake, I'm like, and there was soy in it, I'm like, I get it now. I get it now. You're a girl. Okay, you're a girl. You look like one. Well, we'll see. If they're woked up, I don't know. If the other stuff is fine, okay. But I just look at what Feige's doing. It's like, I think Kevin Feige has lost his will. I don't think he wants to do it anymore. Same as, the Duchess of Cornwall. I don't think she wants to be there anymore. I really, really don't. And it is really kind of weird to me that, no one's actually said anything about this. Now, okay, so it's just really kind of weird to me all this stuff is going on and frustrating because when I see Zaslav doing what he should be doing, and it's stuff that I believe strongly that Chapek should be doing, it's like, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta call my husband. I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you around the galaxy. Behave, be safe. And, I hope it rains in Texas. All right. And I hope the Central Valley someday gets enough water. But I do believe that's the government of California's fault. That is a man-created drought. Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.